Ever wondered how your computer magically finds websites when you type in a name? Like Google.com? And not never gonna give you up? Though the latter is funny but not expected. So how does it know which to pick? This is facilitated by something known as DNS, also known as Domain Name System. Basically, it helps finding the IP for the host name you have entered as a query and brings it back as a response. You type a website address into your browser. This is a human-friendly domain name, but computers communicate using numbers called IP addresses. This process is known as DNS lookup. There are 4 intermediate steps in DNS lookup. The first one is DNS recursor. The recursor can be thought of as a librarian who is asked to go find a particular book somewhere in a library. The DNS recursor is a server designed to receive queries from client machines through applications such as web browsers. Typically, the recursor is then responsible for making additional requests in order to satisfy the client's DNS query. It is followed by root name server. The root server is the first step in translating, resolving human-readable host names into IP addresses. It can be thought of like an index in a library that points to different racks of books. Typically, it serves as a reference to other more specific locations. It is followed by TLD name server. The top-level domain server, TLD, can be thought of as a specific rack of books in a library. This name server is the next step in the search for a specific IP address, and it hosts the last portion of a host name. In www.google.com, the TLD server is COM. It is followed by authoritative name server. This final name server can be thought of as a dictionary on a rack of books, in which a specific name can be translated into its definition. The authoritative name server is the last stop in the name server query. If the authoritative name server has access to the requested record, it will return the IP address for the requested host name back to the DNS recursor, the librarian, that made the initial request. After the end of the DNS lookup process, the DNS recursor returns the IP address, which it has received from the authoritative name server. This IP address is used to identify the host name. Now, let's say we have visited multiple websites and we have known multiple IP addresses corresponding to these hosts. We store these IP addresses to prevent unnecessary lookups for the addresses we already know. This storage is known as DNS cache. It is a temporary storage. Now, let's say the host at abc.com has changed its servers and is now served at some new IP. If we rely on our DNS cache, then we can never find this host. So how does this get resolved by the DNS resolver? To overcome this shortcoming, we store DNS records for a set amount of time determined by a time to live, TTL. This TTL value ensures that our cache is not storing deprecated IPs indefinitely. DNS is also cached up on 2 levels, browser level and OS level. The browser cache is the first location checked for the requested record. The operating system level DNS resolver is the second and last local stop before a DNS query leaves your machine. The process inside your operating system that is designed to handle this query is commonly called a stub resolver or DNS client. So what happens if the cached IP doesn't correspond to a successful lookup? It is replaced with the new IP where it is being hosted. This is how we always get what we are looking for without being deviated. Thank you for your time. I hope it has been valuable to you. Please leave any suggestions and improvements down in the comments. Also, make sure to share any ideas with me.